Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show. Since the last docudrama, Everyday People, the movie, where you saw Muhammad2G, and I was asking him questions about his time with the late, great Whitney Houston, right? And we also played some of his hit song, Don't You Go Nowhere. We doing like a follow-up. You know how sometimes you have in the media, where are they or where have they been? Well, this is that right here today, live with Muhammad2G. Welcome to the show, bro. What's going on?
Oh, my brother. I'm just here with my brother. That's as simple as I can put it. I'm still here, and I'm here with my brother again today.
Yeah. Well, see, the reason being, bro, is certain minds and certain creativities come along once in a while with a natural love for music. They're just gifted with it.
Right.
And the production and what I've been hearing coming into the industry lately, it's time for you to make a reemergence, bro.
I believe it.
You know.
I believe it. And I'm going to just chime in on what you just said, because it's a really spiritual thing you just said. And what I've been going through personally in my life has not been a public thing, but it very much testifies to the gifts I was given so early in my life. You know, this goes back to when I was 15, 14 years old. And so the Muhammad2G era that everybody knows of and all of that, what many may not know is I'm a father, I'm poor, you know, I was a husband, I've been, you know, many things in my life. And over the past 20 years, I think Don't You Go Nowhere came out, and it was written in 99. It came out in 2000. It didn't blow up until 2001. Mm-hmm. So that's how that worked. And since then, a tremendous amount of roller coaster riding has taken place. And if I expound on it, it will be here another 3 hours, but we ain't gonna do that.
Right. But see, the thing is you know how the earth has a rhythm?
Yeah.
You got vibration.
Right.
You know, you can get in tune with this planet.
Right.
The heartbeat.
Right.
And whatnot.
Right.
And that was a first form of communication.
Mm-hmm.
The drums.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Or you could speak to different tribes through the drums.
Right.
They knew what we were talking about.
Right.
But some kind of way, that essence or that spirit was taken out of that, you know. Mm-hmm. And so it's time to put that back into play. And the reason I'm saying this is because you may ask, why is society off right now?
Right.
Why is there so much killing?
Right.
Why people are going through so much destitute and can't seem to get on the right track?
Right.
Well, because there's always someone, or you may call him Satan, but there's always someone behind the scene that wants to control it.
Right, and keep it going.
Yeah. Keep it. And if don't nobody say stand up and understand the science,
right,
and how to battle him,
right,
then of course you're gonna become a victim.
Right.
And it's those out there that understands that, but they feel like, I don't want to be by myself. I'm the only one thinking like this.
Right.
Now, it's time for all y'all to put the music back into play, because sound.
Right.
Sound is one of the first creations.
Correct.
Sound.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So we got to put the right sound on the right frequency, back into the atmosphere, if we want to change things. Now I tell people, 2025, which is 9, is also number of completion. We got to get things right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what do you have planned in your future works?
You know, honestly, it's been difficult for me to like my future in my mind is so close to the present that I don't think like so far along. I think about the ending of the present.
Okay.
If I can put it that way. Like,
Right.
so what I'm saying is, for instance, I might get an idea for a song, and I'm thinking about how to get that to completion, and I do that so much that it in itself creates a future. Um, because I can look back 20 years and, for instance, Don't You Go Nowhere and many other songs people never heard or never took the time to hear is there. The body of work is there.
Right.
And so now I have a new body of work mentally that I'm working through, and I'm trying to get to the end of that. And as I get to the end of that, it creates another future. So another 20 years from now, that could be respected.
Right.
And so so right now, my future is it's based upon the present of me taking my name, my existence, and creating what I call an estate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's taking the assets of my mind, the assets of my body and soul, and creating a foundation where when I'm gone, my children, their children have something to build off of, different than other artists in the past that kind of got took for a ride by record labels and stuff like that. By God's grace, over the past 20 years, he has created a new business-minded man, along with the creative side. So I got both things going on, and it's very difficult to manage when you're creative. It's difficult to manage both hemispheres, as you put it before. So my future is seeing that name bring something to the table. And you know what I learned? I learned that Muhammad2G is basically an entity that if something comes past this table, it's going to be better when it leaves than when it came.
Right. Now let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Your process, so the process of building a song, do you incorporate the God, both hemispheres, the God aspect,
Absolutely.
and then what's going on in society?
Absolutely. Now I say that to say, you know, and this is something new to me. I have a new single, as you know, it's called Dolo. And I'm working on, you know, y'all just gotta bear with me, because at the end of the day, this song, the way that it came, is I was doing everything else, not music. But I dabbles. I go back and listen to some old stuff sometimes. I go back and listen to some old beats sometimes. You know, so what happens is when I'm riding, thoughts begin to come and they race. They not just coming at a slow frequency. They coming at a high rate of speed. And so the thoughts begin to germinate and turn into music. And now when I sit down in a session and I'm inspired to work, things happen so quickly that it's got to be spiritual.
Right.
But then because of my past experience, I have the knowledge to get through.
Right.
To finish it. You get what I mean?
Right,
Or to get it farther along because of my knowledge and skill of working through this problem solving process.
Right. And then you put it out to the public.
Yes. Now that's been the biggest issue is that, you know, after going through 2007 when everybody CDs was turning into MP3s and everything was kind of switched. I had an album out at that time and it was horrible. I'm saying the album was great, but nobody gave a damn. You know what I mean? So you feel like your efforts were unheard, and so my marketing got to a point to where personally it kind of bothered me personally, and so I took a back seat to the music thing and started doing other things. I revealed that later, of, what all those things are, because there's a whole lot of damn things.
Right. But that's the process of an artist.
Right.
Being an artist is being a unique artist is not easy.
Right.
You know what
and
I mean?
I gotta agree.
Because you see so much in the world today, and you want to write about it, then you got to make sure you express it
Correct.
in a way
Correct.
that people can feel
they can get it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a lot of moving parts too. So you got the component of it you respecting what God has given you in your mind. That's the first one. So you gotta, and I'm saying this my kind of artist as a producer / artist. So I might be adding a bunch of stuff that a regular artist ain't dealing with,
Right.
Or a producer without an artist may be dealing with. I'm talking about an artist and a producer all in one.
Right.
And when you get a download of a particular song idea, it got to be respected what God has given you. You ain't gonna just be like, you know what, I got an idea for a song and I'm gonna just do what the hell I want to do.
Right.
No, I have respect for getting the idea. I'm glad you brought it to me, God.
Right.
So, or universe, or whatever you want to call the supreme being, God,
Right.
whichever one. So at the end of the day, I'm sitting there processing the song from a spiritual standpoint first.
Right.
So I'm chewing it over, making sure that I'm hearing what I think I'm hearing, what I'm hearing. And then now, once I get in front of the DAW and I start messing with a particular thing, I want it to feel a certain way.
Right.
And then I gotta make it bang and do all of the things that I think sounds good. And then I gotta think about, with the lyrics and stuff, now I got to think about how to connect you as another listening party to the rest of that.
That's right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a process in itself.
It has to hit your chakras,
Correct.
grab you and stand you up.
Right.
For the intent.
Right.
For the intent of the song.
Exactly. And see, that's another thing that I think I listen to people's music. And a lot of times, it'd be good for the first minute. And then after that, it'd be like, damn, the arrangement wasn't right. Why didn't they, extend this part and shorten this part? Or what, so arrangement has been lost.
Right.
It's been lost.
Exactly. What? Because they cookie cutting music.
Right.
And they doing it for the quick sale of the record label.
Of course.
Or the record label is saying, hey, take this out, put this in, because it's going to go faster. We trying to get this narrative over.
Right.
We want to create this style.
Right.
And, inject it. See?
And there's a reason for why they doing that. And
Right.
I can respect that reason.
Right.
However, I'm an artist.
Right.
So that come first. And so I can't respect that that's what they want. If that's what y'all want, then let me build my own business.
Right.
And do my own creativity, because what you trying to do is going to have me in oblivion.
Right.
Because of how I think. You get what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's the maturity of an artist. You get to a point to where you got to just do everything yourself.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's the day we've reached.
That's the day we reached, because you can better express. Who can better express yourself than you?
Right.
Than someone standing over you saying, hey, I want you to do it this way. Yeah, because I'm doing it because my niece want a song that she can go play at her school, so make it for her and her friends.
Right.
And change your style up so I can look good. It's not about that.
No.
Right, it's not about
Hell
that.
no.
Let me give you the spiritual aspect of music that's been there throughout the annals of time.
Absolutely.
That helps move time forward.
Right.
Because when that science, because it's a science.
Right.
When that science is not reflected in society, then you get to seeing certain things started to unfold and unravel. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you can't pass up that science.
You cannot. And that is a great point. That right there, and I'm looking at customer service, for instance. It's taking a backslide. Like, this is just awful. Like, I can't go nowhere and get no good customer service. Like,
right. Yeah.
Where has it gone? And what I realize is that, okay, well, the less you pay a person, the less invested they are in what they do. Mm-hmm. And then, you put these people in front of your product, they are representative of your product, and then when that person walk in the restaurant or deal with that product or whatever, they getting a really shitty representation. And it doesn't create repeat business.
Right.
And so now your business is on the rocks because you've not provided good customer service. Good customer service has a good product, and then it has good representation of the product.
Right.
It goes together.
There you go.
It's a lost art.
A lost art. There you go. Well, look, hoping to hear from you soon in your next venture in music, as far as whatever single, whatever album you produce. It's definitely going down. We live right here with Muhammad2G. I appreciate you for being on the show.
Yes, sir. And I know we had to cut it short, but the people can get what they can get out of that. And trust me, it's a lot more coming.
That's right, yeah, because it's power packed, so they got to go back and dissect it, you know. Yeah. And all you got to do is Google Muhammad2G, Muhammad, the number 2.
Nope.
Okay.
2 eyes.
2 eyes now. Okay.
Yeah, 2 eyes and the letter G.
2 eyes and the letter G.
Right. The 2 eyes represent the Roman numeral 2.
Okay.
Okay, so that way people can understand, it's like we in Rome, we in war.
Right.
And so one of the translations of Muhammad is war. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I'm at war. This whole thing is, the battle of getting a song done, the battle of navigating through America.
Yeah.
All of that is one. And so that's why the 2 has become the Roman letter 2.
There you go. Well said. And we out. Vero Creek Radio, we out live with Muhammad2G. Till next time. Yo.